Good day and welcome to day 8. My name is Kyle. This is Raysean. We're here for the 12 days of
Yo, boy!
Advice-miss, correct? That's what we're calling it?
Okay. Advice-miss.
Advice-miss. We are here with a r/true off my chest. Not my chest, but the original poster's chest. So, what's the fucking birds today, Raysean? What's the birds? Oh, it's not a bird. It's 8 maids of milking, which sounds kind of horny if you ask me, but r/true off my chest. I found out the reason why my stepdad always seems sad and distant. Ah, shit. I remember reading this one and it made me sad, and now I'm going to be sad again. And I made a maids of milking joke. All right. Anyway, I found out the reason why my stepdad always seems sad and distant. No, my dad is bisexual and my stepdad is gay. I, 14-year-old female, found out my dad's 38-year-old male. I found out I'm my dad's 38-year-old male affair baby when my mom, 38-year-old female, started seeing my dad. She didn't know that he was in a relationship. When she found out, she broke it off, but then she ended up getting pregnant with me. She kept me and has been a great mom ever since. My dad has been a good dad too. I stay at his house every other week and sometimes get to spend the holidays with them. Every time I visit my dad's house, I notice my stepdad, a 36-year-old male, always seems very sad and tries to keep his distance. I want to make it clear my stepdad has never been rude or disrespectful towards me. Whenever my dad is at work, he always takes care of me and makes sure I'm okay. I always see him put on a smile whenever I'm around, but puts it away whenever he thinks I'm not looking. Like he doesn't want me to see. My dad always tries to be affectionate toward my stepdad, trying to give him a kiss or a hug, but he always tries to reject as politely as possible or acts like he needs to go do something. When my dad gets home from work, he just makes me and dad our dinner and then locks himself in the bedroom for the rest of the night. It's always been like this. A couple of days ago, I asked my mom if my stepdad didn't like me because of the way he acts, and that's when she told me the truth. After finding out this information, I started to feel guilty. Am I the reason for his unhappiness? My stepdad seems like such a kind person, and I don't want to be the reason that he's hurting. I'm staying with my dad next week, and I want to talk to him about this as well as my stepdad. I just don't know what to say to them. I do not envy this poor kid situation. 14-year-old female.
I'm so confused.
What? What are you confused about?
Did she say? Did the mom tell her?
Yeah, the mom told her that she's the affair baby. Yeah. She says it in the first paragraph.
Oh, I'm sitting here waiting for the answer.
No, I found out that I'm my dad's affair baby when my mom started seeing my dad. So this girl struggles with grammar a little bit, but yeah, that's the first paragraph of it. I'm a 14-year-old female. I found out I'm my dad's 38-year-old. My 38-year-old dad, I'm his affair baby. So yeah, this girl is 14 years old, walking around worrying about the emotional maturity or being the emotional custodian of 2 fucking full-grown men for a thing that she's got literally zero to do with. She didn't ask to be born. She just happened. I feel awful for this kid.
Yeah, I mean, this does seem like a crazy topic or something. To me, honestly, if the stepdad hasn't really done anything personally, or I think some people be like wanting that affection from people, so maybe that not having that affection from them. But I mean,
I don't even think it's that. I don't think it's a lack of affection. I think she's finally clocked that he's like an unhappy, sad person whenever she's around. Now she knows why, and she's like, ah, shit, that's because of me. Even though it's not. It's obviously because it was your dad. Your bisexual dad still likes women, those foul temptresses, and they tricked him into having a baby. Like, you can't. Well, how is that your fault, kid? That's not your fault at all, dude. Your dad did something shitty a long time ago. The two of them worked it out and stayed together. And now, I mean, I don't think it's healthy for the fucking stepdad to have to live with that. I feel for that guy as well, but he's an adult. He knows the decision he's made, and he still seems or sounds like he tries to do right by you best he can, given the circumstance. So, I don't know. I do wonder what this girl expects to accomplish by bringing it up to the two of them the next time she goes to visit.
No, that might get them closer to divorce. It might be on the edge, you know what I mean? But that might be the thing that just be like, you know what? Because you never know, because he might not think you notice this. So this could be something you could bring up to him and see if there's something he could kind of like get within himself and figure out how he feels and be able to talk to you and talk to your father and figure out what he needs to do, because this might be something he might need some time, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might need to take a break from the situation to clear your head and figure out what you want to be, because
I mean,
sometimes you don't even know you're being an asshole to somebody until somebody tell you. So
I don't even think he's being an asshole. I think this guy's had a long time to think about it. The girl's 14 years old. When the baby was born, he obviously found out that his fucking partner had a baby. I think, I don't know,
but
man.
what if he like, because like from his perspective, what if he like, yeah, I'm taking care of her, I'm doing all this stuff. Like, what if he doesn't notice those moments she sees him not smiling? And what if that's his normal type of temperature?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is how does she know how he acts when she's not around them? Maybe he's just a depressed person in general, and this is how he lives. I know I fucking relate to some of these fucking behaviors where you just put yourself in your bedroom and sleep all fucking day. I get it. That sounds like, kind of like what this dude's doing. This girl is just shouldering the blame now because somebody told her that she was an affair baby.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't know. Your mom telling you that it's a little interesting because I don't know. That's a little. I guess you don't want to keep stuff from your kids, but sometimes it's better let the person who in that situation talk to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
I
you're
know this
not
isn't.
probably explaining it right, but I
I
don't
know that
know.
this isn't an "Am I the asshole" post, but if it was an "Am I the asshole" post, the mom would be the asshole. I don't think that was the mom's business to fucking divulge personally, but
Not
like,
at all. Because I
it's
mean,
not
you
like the girl
were
was
a
asking like,
culprit too.
it's not like the girl was asking like, "Who's my real dad, mom?" It was like, "Oh, you wonder why your dad and his boyfriend are so unhappy? Let me tell you some shit. You were an affair baby." What a shitty thing to do to your fucking kid, dude. The mom's the real villain in this. My two dads, they fucking get all the A's, man. They're fucking outperforming the rest of the class by leaps and bounds. My one mom, she sounds like she sucks, man.
I agree. Two
Damn right
dads
you
seem
agree.
pretty dope. I said the two dads seem pretty cool. I mean, at least they're trying. I mean, because that's a crazy situation. I would hate to be in the opposite type of situation. But I mean, I don't know. Always taking care of somebody else's kid is always different because you always have that feeling of probably one of your own kids. You know what I mean? So it's probably you have that confliction, and then I mean it's also I don't want to say you like a mistake, but it is like seeing a mistake every time, like something he apologized probably for doing, and now it's like, oh dang, every 2 weeks.
So the mistake thing, I'm very sensitive about the word. We all know what the word implies. However, I don't think
I
the
wasn't
step.
saying that as like a mistake though.
No, I understand mistake, not like meaning a child, but like a stake meaning an indiscretion within the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how the dad probably sees it, as a mistake within his relationship, an indiscretion within the relationship. The stepdad probably sees it. He could see it as a couple of things. A constant reminder of the time his fucking, life partner now for over a decade, probably a lot longer than that. It's the reminder of the time he was betrayed and now he's forced to like take care of this kid his whole life or their whole life and be reminded that constantly. But you hit on something a second ago. What if this dude wanted to have a baby and his fucking bisexual partner was like, oops, I accidentally banged this lady. She tricked me and now I have a baby. And he's like, oh shit, well, I already got a baby and it's not even my baby to it is his baby to raise to a certain extent, but like it's not his child, you know what I mean? What if that's a sore spot for the person? I don't know.
Yeah. And then it's always only so much you can do as a stepdad. You know what I mean? It's not like he can really tell her what to do. You know what I mean? Because that's always going to be a situation. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Stepdads to me, I feel like always have to be like that fake corny nice. So
Yeah, I think it depends on the situation, honestly, because I've seen stepdads be able to discipline children or like have better relationships with children than like the biological father has had. So I think it's
yeah,
kind of a situation to situation basis. It depends on how the kid behaves. It depends on how into it the stepdad is to try to make it work. It's a delicate balance of a lot of different things. But this poor fucking kid, man, now shouldering the burden of having a wrecked a relationship before she was even born. What the fuck? That's not fair to this kid.
well, I mean, I really think it's your mom. I don't think they like your mom. I think
Yeah.
you. I
We don't
think
like your mom either.
I think at the end of the day, they mess with you, and I think he do too, because the fact that the reason you're able to come over at the house. There's no arguing, no screaming. You never, I don't know if it seemed like because your mom had to tell you this. So this is nothing you have heard them discuss within the house. Because I mean, if I'm thinking like this, some of the situations and people in my family or friends, they hear things like this, they are arguing and screaming and like. But I mean, I guess you can also say they've had like 14 years to get to this to this point too. But I just feel like they're working it out and trying. So I think you need to look at it and really try to understand your stepdad. Maybe try to talk to him on a different type of level. You know what I mean? Try to see how that goes.
Honestly, my advice to this girl, even though I don't know, she says she's not sure what to say. My advice would be something to the effect of, it's probably not your conversation to have. But if you're insistent on having this conversation or making people aware that you're now aware of the whole situation, like you're aware that you were born, out of an affair, I would say fuck it. I wouldn't even tell my dad. I would just go right to my stepdad and be like, "Hey, I learned that I was born because my dad cheated on you, and that's really shitty, and I'm sorry that happened to you, but I love you and thank you for being a great stepdad," or whatever. Just as a way, because like, what's that conversation going to accomplish? She's saying it's like a conversation. That conversation ain't going to accomplish shit except hurt a whole lot of feelings, open up some old wounds for your fucking two dads. What it should be is, hey, I learned about this. I feel like it's fucked up, and I'm really sorry that happened to you. But I love you, and I'm happy that I have you in my life. And that seriously should be the whole conversation, unless that person wants to talk with you more about it. Just an acknowledgement of how shitty the situation is and how great a person they are for continuing to go through it.
Yeah, I think that's great advice.
It's the best advice I think I've ever given.
Yeah,
Damn.
we always say unsolicited. Every once in a while we throw a good one in there.
I mean, unsolicited would imply that these people didn't post their shit to Reddit, but I feel you. What the fuck was it? 8 maids of milking, maids of milking. I think the mom is milking some bullshit story because she's upset that her baby daddy went back to the man of his dreams and did not start a more traditional nuclear family with her. So that bitch can go milk some cows, I guess. She's a maid, milks cows. I hope it's cows.
Yes, because I guess technically your mom would be considered the home wrecker.
Yeah, I don't think your mom needs a fucking hobby, dog. For real. Telling your 14-year-old daughter. If she was like 24, okay. I could see you maybe thinking about that conversation. 14 years old? That kid's a fucking freshman in high school, you dick. Ugh, that lady sucks ass. That's my advice. Fucking watch how shitty your moms are, because low key, they can be real shitty and not even like realize, even if they do realize, not feel bad about it. So, any parting words on this the day of Advicemas?
Don't be a butt cheek. Bang!
The most consistent, most well thought out, always on time advice of all time from the Raysean Gadsden. All right, we'll see you tomorrow for day number 9.